Stay with TVC News. With the Supreme Court's decision on the autonomy of local governments, Nigerians have been urged to henceforth hold leadership of local government accountable to ensure all-round development at the grassroots. This came to fore at the town hall meeting organized by the Osun Open Local Government Project in Osogbo. Senior reporter Rafiu Hamid reports.
The Supreme Court recently granted autonomy of local governments. This came at a time a non-governmental organization is advocating the return of powers to the local government as the closest to the people.
We want to spring what we call the civic engagement. Young people holding their leaders to account. Young people asking pertinent questions about development, about the funding, about the accountability at the grassroots. So from there, we'll be able to have effective leadership at the local government level.
At the town hall meeting, stakeholders called for concerted efforts to prevent sabotage of goodwill of the federal government. And rights activist Waid Lawal wants federal government to do more to strengthen local governments.
We need a constitution that will reflect the wish and aspiration of our people, and that is when we will have a free-flow governance at all levels. A constitution that recognizes 774 local government. The same Supreme Court has given judgment in recognition of that 774, whereas Lagos has 20 local governments in that constitution. Today, Lagos is running 57 local and SCDAs. How are they going to disburse this money without the consent of the governor of that state? So we need a total overhauling of our law.
The ICPC commissioner in the state promised effective monitoring of expenditure of local governments.
The commission is creating a structured platform purposely to focus on the monitoring of local government finances going forward.
Funds will now be going directly from the federal government to the local government. So many of the agitations that have been taken to the state level would now be taken to the local government. So everybody, all hands must be on deck to make sure that the local government works effectively.
Another local government election is slated for February 2025 in Osun State.
That they should have confidence in OSEC, that we are more than prepared to give to the people of Osun State at the LGA level a free, fair and credible election.
Organizers of this program have trained 62 volunteers across the state to create awareness on local government roles and responsibilities to the nooks and crannies of the state. An online platform where funds of local government from the federal government can be tracked was also launched. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
And ahead the governorship election in Ondo State, the candidate of the Young Progressives Party, John Akimurele, said he would bring rapid development to Ondo State if elected by the people. Mr. Akimurele stated this in Akure while meeting with party stakeholders. He said the state needs people with ideas that will transform the state from a civil service state to an industrialized state. According to him, many politicians have placed their personal ambitions above the well-being of the citizens who they have voted to serve. He boasted that he has unquestionable records, pledging that he would improve education and health sectors and the internally generated revenue of the state. The party state chairman, Dotun Ojo, and the deputy governorship candidate, Ayodele Obe, noted that the YPP governorship candidate is far better than other contenders for the poll.
I've been president of the union, I've been pioneer member of Nigerian Youth Parliament, I've been now VC chairman. They offered nomination form for me free. They offered me that form based on integrity. So they did not reduce the value of me becoming a governor to a monetary term. That is where we should go.
Across the 203 wards of the state, to sensitize them, to motivate them, to give them assurance, to also tell them that we have an alternative, to drive home the point that Nigeria needs credible leadership at this point. So it's just an engagement, but it's almost turning to a political rally, but the intention is to just have an engagement with all of them.
The National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party and 2023 governorship candidate in Imo State, Samuel Ayo, was finally broken his silence 1 week after the Supreme Court ruled on the 2023 governorship election in the state. Mr. Ayo, who spoke at his home in Ikeduru local government area, said if there is any other court higher than the Apex Court, he would have gone there to reclaim his mandate.
There's no other place to appeal. I pray to God. So I leave everything in the hands of God. And I've moved on with my life and look up to the future. But the only thing I'm worried about is the life of Imolites who have come to sacrifice my time and my health to serve. Because I've not seen anything different since that time to now. Nothing can show that there's a system of governance.
The convener of Recover Nigeria Initiative has dissociated his team from the claims that Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration has performed below expectations. The civil rights activist took some newsmen on a fact-finding mission to inspect projects executed under present administration in a little above 2 years of Governor Soludo administration.
I am too much overwhelmed. Soludo is fantastic and wonderful. So I'm concurring now. The only thing I'm asking Nigerians is to give him more 4 years. Let them not disrupt this process.
Road is life and light. So if this road does not work, people will not be able to come here. This road is an impassable road. Very, very impassable. Cannot drive and come to the roads. Maybe people have been hearing about that before.
A lot of people are our lands here now is a hot cake. So people are trooping in. Development has come. There was a time if you are standing here, it will be hard for you to see even Okada. And once if you see any Okada, it will be difficult for you to pass.
Before our people, even to take transportation to go there to sell their goods, have become a tough. But now Soludo have made it easy for us that people are coming, even knocking at your door. So we love Soludo.
On the way from politics, young persons are actively tackling climate change and grassroots by leveraging technology. The displayed unmatched creations are the youth-led climate tech innovation exhibition organized by Action Aid Nigeria and partner. More in this report.
The world is reaching the tipping point of utter disruption due to the environmental anomalies caused by climate change.
By 2022, the level of CO2 had never ever been higher.
But our hope is not lost as determined youth showcase an array of tech-oriented solutions and initiatives at a youth-led climate tech exhibition. Amidu Mohammed is nurturing an ingenious idea to significantly reduce waste at the grassroots through smart footwear from tires and green furniture.
Via a mobile application that will be built to accompany the footwear, you program it that, okay, you fill it into the application that you want to reduce 2 kg, then you put on the footwear. As you are working every day, the footwear calculates via Internet of Things and AI the amount of weight you lose with every step you take.
Climate-conscious groups organized the event with the theme Generation Green, youth-led climate tech for sustainability, to expose the young innovators to potential investors.
You could see that young people have amazing ideas, they have amazing solutions, and the climate change is also something that if we don't begin now to act on it, it is already here to stay. And young people who are also into the tech space, into doing different things, can also drive this impact.
As struggles to precede eventual success stories, key players pledge support.
The youth of Nigeria are not lazy. They have knowledge, they have understanding, they have ability, they have capability. What we need to do is just a push. We are giving them all the necessary encouragement in terms of money, in terms of encouragement, in terms of opportunity. The ministry is doing a lot.
Other speakers also mentioned how harnessing the large population of youth and their active use of technology is significant to addressing climate change.
I've grown to be very concerned about it, right? And that is why you're seeing a lot of young individuals coming up with solutions.
It's not enough for these tech-savvy youth to display these innovations. There is a need for collaborative effort and support if the needed change must be effected.